Launch, the blueprint for building a profit-focused partnership program in 90 days. Written by Mark Brigman, PhD, founder and CEO of Partnernomics. Narrated by Matthew Longmire. Chapter 3. Identify your ideal partner profile, IPP. Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. Henry Ford. Sarah Martinez thought she had struck gold when 3 different companies agreed to become referral partners for her cybersecurity consulting firm. The partnerships looked perfect on paper. Established technology companies with impressive client lists and strong reputations in her target market. 6 months later, their partnerships had generated 0 qualified leads and consumed countless hours in meetings that produced nothing but frustration. Sarah made the same mistake that destroys 90% of partnership programs before they generate meaningful revenue. She focused on finding partners that had respected brands rather than companies that served her exact customer base. She signed agreements with companies that had recognizable brands in her ecosystem rather than those that demonstrated precise alignment with her ideal customer profile. These 3 partnerships failed because Sarah never defined her ideal partner profile with the same precision she used to define her ideal customer profile. She assumed that any technology company serving businesses would make a good referral partner. This assumption cost her 6 months of wasted effort and nearly convinced her that partnership programs don't work for professional service companies. Fortunately, she eventually corrected this major oversight, but learned a costly lesson along the way. Your partnership program will succeed or fail based on the quality of partners you recruit. The most brilliant partnership agreements cannot overcome poor partner selection. The most generous commission structures cannot motivate partners who do not serve your ideal customers. The most sophisticated partner relationship management (PRM) systems cannot fix partnerships that were flawed from the outset. Moving beyond guesswork to data-driven partnering. Most companies approach partner selection in the same way they approach hiring decisions before they learn to write detailed job descriptions. They have a general sense of what they want, but they cannot articulate specific requirements that separate good candidates from poor candidates. This lack of clarity leads to partnerships that consume time and resources without generating proportional returns. Your ideal partner profile addresses this issue by identifying the key characteristics of companies that can become your most profitable partners. Just as your ideal customer profile defines the attributes of customers who generate the highest profits with the lowest acquisition costs, your ideal partner profile defines the attributes of partners who can deliver the highest quality referrals with the lowest management requirements. Companies that fail to define their ideal partner profile often make predictable mistakes, wasting months of effort. They sign partnership agreements with well-respected companies, but they serve completely different market segments. They recruit partners based on company size or reputation rather than customer alignment. They wonder why their partnership programs fail to generate qualified leads, while their competitors seem to attract high-performing partners effortlessly. Research from numerous consulting firms showed that more than 70% of B2B partnerships fail. The primary cause of these failures is not simply poor execution or inadequate resources. Rather, it is a combination of factors. A primary cause is poor partner selection, which creates misaligned relationships from the outset. Companies cannot manage their way out of partnerships that were wrong from the start. The most successful partnership programs begin with systematic partner selection processes that eliminate poor candidates before any time is invested in relationship development. These processes focus on finding partners who already serve your ideal customers rather than partners who might be willing to learn about your ideal customers. Your best partners will have established knowledge of and trusted relationships with your ideal customers. They will understand the pain points, budget cycles, and decision-making processes of companies that match your ideal customer profile. They will possess the credibility and influence that takes years to develop and seconds to leverage on your behalf. This approach transforms your entire partnership strategy from hoping to find partners who might refer business to systematically identifying partners who already have access to your ideal customers. Instead of trying to educate partners about your target market, you find partners who know your target market better than you do. The financial impact of this shift can be dramatic. Companies that implement systematic partner selection processes report partnership programs that generate qualified leads within 90 days rather than hoping for results after 12 months. Their partners make higher quality referrals because they understand the characteristics that predict customer success. Your partnership program serves as a defense against the 70% failure rate that plagues most collaborative efforts. Success comes from following a data-driven approach that identifies the right partners based on customer alignment rather than relying on good intentions to produce good results. ICP Ecosystem Analysis: Mapping Trusted Relationships. Your ideal customers already trust specific companies and individuals. They buy from these trusted sources, seek their advice, and follow their recommendations. Your challenge is not convincing prospects to trust you. Your challenge is identifying who they already trust and building relationships with those trusted advisors. The ICP ecosystem analysis provides a systematic method for mapping your ideal customer's world to identify companies that have established trusted relationships with your prospects. This process reveals your highest potential partners before you start looking for specific companies to approach. The analysis begins by listing the tangential products and services that your ideal customers purchase before, during, and after they buy your solution. These adjacent purchases represent opportunities to identify companies that serve the same customers without competing for the same revenue. Consider a residential exterior painting contractor that serves homeowners with properties valued above $500,000. The ecosystem analysis would identify companies such as roofers, window installers, realtors, home appraisers, insurance adjusters, and landscape designers as those that serve the same homeowners with complementary services. Each of these company types represents a potential partner category because they have established relationships with a painting contractor's ideal customers. Your ecosystem analysis must focus exclusively on companies that are 100% complementary and 0% competitive to your business. Companies that offer competing solutions will be less motivated to collaborate because partnerships could reduce their own revenue opportunities. Even companies that offer partially competitive solutions create conflicts that undermine the effectiveness of partnerships. The exterior painting contractor would not want to partner with general contractors that have an in-house painting crew, as these contractors compete directly for the same revenue. However, the same contractor would consider partnering with general contractors who focus on structural work and consistently subcontract painting projects to specialists. This complementary relationship creates win-win scenarios where both companies benefit from collaboration. The general contractor gains access to a reliable painting specialist, while the painting contractor receives qualified referrals from a trusted source. The homeowner benefits by working with specialists who coordinate their efforts rather than competing for the same project budget. Your ecosystem analysis should identify at least 10 different types of companies that serve your ideal customers with complementary solutions. The more comprehensive your analysis, the more partnership opportunities you will discover, and the more diversified your referral sources will become. Some ecosystem partners will be obvious based on natural business relationships. For example, software companies often partner with implementation consultants, hardware manufacturers, and training organizations. Professional service firms frequently partner with complementary service providers, technology vendors, and industry associations. Other ecosystem partners may be less obvious, but they are equally valuable. Insurance adjusters influence homeowner decisions about contractors. Industry analysts influence technology purchasing decisions. Association leaders influence member behavior across many industries. These indirect influencers often make excellent partners because they have a broad reach within your target market. The analysis process requires you to think like your ideal customers rather than thinking like your own company. Your customers interact with many companies throughout their business operations. They receive advice from consultants, purchase products from vendors, and rely on service providers across multiple functional areas. Each of these relationships represents a potential partnership opportunity. Your ecosystem analysis serves as the foundation for identifying specific partner candidates in the later steps of the partnership development process. The company types you identify through this analysis become your target categories for partner recruitment efforts. Using the IPP worksheet. The IPP worksheet transforms your ecosystem analysis into a practical tool for identifying and evaluating partners. The worksheet captures both the strategic insights from your ecosystem analysis and the specific criteria that define your ideal partners within each category. The worksheet begins with the company types you identified through your ecosystem analysis. List at least 10 different types of companies that serve your ideal customers with complementary solutions. Focus on company types rather than specific company names at this stage. You will identify individual companies later in Step 5 of the Quick Launch program. Each company type receives a priority weight between 1 through 10, with 10 representing the most attractive partnership opportunities. This weighting system helps you focus your limited time and resources on the partner categories with the highest potential returns. Priority weights should reflect both the quantity and quality of referral opportunities that each partner type can provide. A partner type that serves many of your ideal customers but has limited influence over purchasing decisions might receive a lower weight than a partner type that serves fewer customers but has significant influence over their decision-making processes. The residential painting contractor might assign a weight of 9 to residential realtors because they have frequent contact with homeowners who are buying or selling properties and often need painting services. The same contractor might assign a weight of 6 to insurance adjusters because they have less frequent contact with homeowners but significant influence when they do interact. Below the company types, document the firmographic characteristics that define ideal partners within each category. These characteristics help you identify specific companies that match your ideal partner profile and eliminate those that appear promising on the surface but lack the key attributes that predict partnership success. Common firmographic characteristics include geographic coverage area, annual revenue range, number of employees, years in business, ownership structure, existing partnership experience, and current partner portfolio. Each characteristic should align with attributes that indicate a company's ability to generate qualified referrals and maintain productive partnership relationships. Geographic coverage area matters because partners need to serve the same markets where your ideal customers are located. A partner that serves the northeastern United States cannot generate referrals for a company that only serves the southwestern United States, regardless of how well aligned their customer bases might be in other respects. Annual revenue range and number of employees indicate the operational scale and resources that partner can dedicate to partnership activities. Very small companies may lack the resources to maintain active partnership programs, while very large companies may not prioritize partnerships with smaller organizations. Years in business and ownership structure affect stability, risk tolerance, and decision-making processes. Startup companies often make partnership decisions quickly, but they may not survive long enough to generate meaningful returns. Established companies provide stability but may have slower decision-making processes and more complex approval requirements. Existing partnership experience reveals whether potential partners understand how to effectively structure and manage collaborative relationships. Companies with successful partnership track records are more likely to become productive partners than companies attempting partnerships for the first time. The current partner portfolio indicates whether potential partners have capacity for additional partnerships and whether they work with companies that compete with your business. Partners who already work with your direct competitors may have conflicts of interest that prevent effective collaboration. The next section of the worksheet defines the demographic and psychographic characteristics of decision makers at potential partner companies. These individuals will determine whether partnerships with your company are a good fit for their organizations. Understanding their backgrounds, motivations, and priorities helps you approach them with compelling partnership proposals. Demographic characteristics include job titles, reporting relationships, years of experience, educational background, and functional responsibilities. These attributes help you identify the right people to contact at potential partner companies and understand their decision-making authority. Job titles vary significantly between company size and industries, but they provide starting points for identifying partnership decision makers. Chief Revenue Officer, VP of Sales, Business Development Director, and Strategic Partnership Director are common titles for professionals who evaluate partnership opportunities at companies with more than 100 employees. Reporting relationships reveal the organizational dynamics that influence partnership decisions. Someone who reports directly to the CEO may have more authority to approve partnerships quickly than someone who reports through multiple management layers. Understanding these relationships helps you navigate approval processes effectively. Years of experience affect risk tolerance, vendor preferences, and evaluation criteria. Executives with extensive partnership experience evaluate opportunities differently from executives who are new to collaborative relationships. Your approach should adapt to their experience levels and comfort with partnership concepts. Psychographic characteristics describe the attitudes, motivations, and behavioral patterns that drive partnership decisions. Common psychographic attributes for partnership professionals include collaboration orientation, strategic thinking, relationship focus, long-term perspective, and results orientation. Collaboration-oriented professionals actively seek partnership opportunities because they understand the value of leveraging external relationships to achieve business objectives. They view partnerships as strategic assets rather than tactical arrangements and invest time in building productive, collaborative relationships. Strategically minded professionals evaluate partnerships based on their potential to support broader business objectives rather than focusing solely on short-term revenue generation. They consider how partnerships fit into long-term growth strategies and competitive positioning efforts. Relationship-focused professionals prioritize trust, communication, and mutual benefit in partnership arrangements. They invest time in getting to know potential partners personally and professionally before committing to formal agreements. Long-term thinkers evaluate partnerships based on their potential to generate sustained value over multiple years rather than focusing on immediate returns. They are willing to invest time and resources in partnership development because they understand that the best collaborative relationships require patience and persistence. Results-oriented professionals focus on measurable outcomes and accountability in partnership agreements. They want clear success metrics, regular performance reviews, and systematic approaches to partnership management. The final component of the IPP worksheet assigns importance weights to each characteristic using the same 1 to 10 scale you used for company types. These weights help you prioritize characteristics when evaluating potential partners and making final selection decisions. The most essential characteristics should align with the attributes that most strongly predict partnership success in your industry, business model, and partnership objectives. These become your non-negotiable criteria for partner selection and relationship development. Recap and actionable steps. Your ideal partner profile must be derived from a systematic analysis of your ideal customer's ecosystem rather than assumptions about what types of companies might make good partners. The goal is to identify complementary companies that already have trusted relationships with your best customer prospects. The ICP ecosystem analysis provides a framework for mapping your customer's world and identifying companies that serve the same customers with complementary solutions. This analysis reveals your highest potential partners before you begin searching for specific companies to approach. Your ecosystem analysis must focus on companies that are 100% complementary and 0% competitive to your business. Even partially competitive relationships create conflicts that undermine partnership effectiveness and reduce motivation for sustained collaboration. The IPP worksheet transforms your ecosystem analysis into practical criteria for identifying and evaluating partners. This worksheet captures both strategic insights about partner categories and specific attributes that define ideal partners within each category. Start your company's ICP ecosystem analysis by listing at least 10 types of companies that serve your ideal customers with complementary products and services. Consider what your customers purchase before, during, and after they buy your solution. Focus on company types rather than specific company names during this analysis phase. You will identify individual companies later in the Quick Launch program. This approach prevents premature focus on specific organizations before you have defined comprehensive selection criteria. Use the IPP worksheet to document your analysis and assign priority weights 1 to 10 for each company type. The highest weighted categories become your primary targets for partner recruitment efforts. Define the firmographic characteristics that describe ideal partners within each category, including geographic coverage, annual revenue range, years in business, and existing partnership experience. These characteristics help you identify specific companies that match your ideal partner profile. Create detailed personas for the decision makers you will engage at potential partner companies, including their demographic characteristics, psychographic attributes, and likely motivations for evaluating partnership opportunities. Assign importance weights to each characteristic to create a prioritized, data-driven profile that guides your entire partner recruitment strategy. The most essential characteristics become your non-negotiable criteria for partner selection and relationship development. Your completed IPP becomes the foundation for the next chapter, where you will develop your strategic partnering plan that aligns your team around specific partnership objectives, approaches, and success metrics before you begin recruiting individual partner candidates. Thanks for listening. This has been Launch, the blueprint for building a profit-focused partnership program in 90 days. Written by Mark Brigman, PhD, founder and CEO of Partnernomics. Narrated by Matthew Longmire. Copyright 2025 by Mark Brigman, PhD.